Hello, my name is William James. I'm the host of The Bald Book Geek. I hope you guys are well. How are all of you doing? Okay, so as you know, all of my links are in the description, and let's get on with this. This is your comments. I love comments. I love engaging with people. But there are some comments that are amazing, some comments which are mind-blowing, some comments that genuinely change the way I think, but there's always this weird subset of about 2%. 1% of that 2% is just weird. Weird comments. And the other percentage of that is that other little 1%. Tends to be people that try and change your mind, or just are weird, and they're trying to change your mind on well-researched videos, and I find it really strange. So here are some of the comments. Some of these are hilarious, some of these I truly don't understand, but I hope you guys enjoy them. Let's get on with this. The first comment is one of the most recent I've got. This was on my Wheel of Time video, one of them, and this person put, "You're right, you don't have to apologise. And 2, I would like your video if only you turn on your like-dislike ratio." I don't understand the need to see the likes and dislikes. I keep that off for a reason, partly because of a bot that was on my account for about nearly 3 years. I keep that off for that reason. And it was a bot because you do not put a dislike on every video from exactly the same location 30 seconds to the second that a video is published. So thank you, but I want to say for anyone for channels who do keep their like-dislike ratio private, we can see them. You can't. The viewer can't see them, but we can see them, and it's important that you still dislike videos, because likes and dislikes do exactly the same thing. This was on my Classics Matter video, and I'm so glad that you commented, Essa. I think this is really cool. And you hit so many nails on the head with this one. Having read several classics in high school and college turned me off the classics. I couldn't or didn't enjoy them because of having to read them for tests and papers. However, once I graduated, gained some perspective, I have reread several of them, and they are fantastic, amazing, and enjoyable. If you have a bad experience with classics due to school, give them another chance. You don't know, you might just fall in love with one. It's so true. How school, especially, I'm not sure about the US, but in UK schools it's slightly different. But yeah, the way literature is handled is so bad, and having to read something to kind of analyze it is very different to reading it because you enjoy it. So don't let one bad experience put you off. So this comment was on my Woke Disney video, and I found this one quite interesting, because they said, "The only thing I take issue with is when you suggest The Last Jedi was written by committee, and it was in my opinion, the most compelling of all the sequel films, and it was the only one that took sort of any risks. All 4 of the others, like Solo, just played safe and played the Star Wars paint by numbers game." My issue with that is, as I said in the video, that if you create something, yes, it was probably the better one of the lot, but there was a lot of story threads, a lot of character threads, a lot of things implied in the first 2 that seemed to get completely forgotten, and characters that did absolutely nothing, that were built up to be something quite special. And it's a shame, because they also did the fluff thing of saying, well, you need to read the book to understand this, or read a graphic novel. That's not how you write a film. It needs to be cohesive, and it needs to be done. It was the better written, but it is a shame that it seemed to have forgot so much. Now, this was a really good comment. Thank you, Books and Things. You think people who love books would want to uplift all books? No, instead they only see value in teen books with pretty covers and trash classics and literary books, because it's so hard to read. No shade to YA, I love the genre, but without classics, all literary references would fly over my head. Reading experience becomes richer if you dare to venture just a bit into the classical world and fave some that prove themselves the test of time. A lot of books published now will be old news and no longer relevant in a few years. That's true. Will say this, YA isn't a genre, it's a readership. And I know that's a controversial statement, but it's true. But it is true. You hit so many nails on the head with that one. most of these big hyped books, and booktube books as well, like books that are big on booktube, aren't big in real life, and booktube and book Twitter don't represent a bulk of the real readers in the world. But yeah, your comment was so brilliant. Now, this is a short little comment, but one that I like. So many of the classics challenge societal norms of the day. Those writers did it in such a subtle way. I wish we kind of had that subtle. I wish that I had that kind of subtle skill. And you know what? I think a lot of writers do. A lot of social norms and a lot of books now tend to be very agenda pushing, or what's the word I'm looking for? Tend to be more in your face about things, and subtlety and character driven tends to not be a thing. So yeah, that was, yeah. And by the way, you're a fantastic writer. So did this comment, and you know what? It was a great comment. It was on why are people leaving booktube video. Politics, especially in the United States, is an incredibly divisive topic. If someone was to visit a channel just for pleasure, I'm sure they wouldn't see all of that. And that's true. That is 100% true. Not sure what the comment about age and where a person lives has to do with their knowledge of politics, though. That's a simple one. Your demographic, your class, your societal background, your socioeconomics, and age dictate politics. When we're young, we're far more reactionary. So yeah, their comment was great, and I won't read it all out, but it was such a good comment, and I'm so happy that you commented. I like comments like that challenge people. So, and I like comments. I do. I love them. Now, this comment I love. This was on my 1984 video, and Dean put, "Can you imagine if you were told one of the 1984 books for Bros Crew that Handmaid's Tale is a book for women? Although I do actually like The Handmaid's Tale subtly more than 1984. Both are great and required reading, I think. Completely. They're very interlinked, and I get in trouble for saying this, and I don't know why that crazy girl got all triggered over it, but YA dystopia versus adult dystopia is very different. And prime example of that is The Handmaid's Tale and 1984 for adult dystopia. You understand more than just the characters' motives. The world is extremely important. Censorship, control of the media, deplatforming people that don't agree with you, cancel culture, woke culture as well. They're all kind of symptoms of the same thing, and it's all probably equally as bad. Now, this comment was on an older video. It was about a week ago. Why I hate reading fanfiction. And Nerdy Dragon wrote, "You deserve to have your own opinion. I won't stop you, but you have to remember that you aren't speaking about words on a page. There are people with feelings who truly love fanfiction behind all these words, but you don't have to like it." Exactly, I don't. And I wrote fanfiction. But I do take issues when people hide behind fanfiction or won't escape it, or say that their fanfiction is original. You might have an original story, but really, other than that, there's nothing original about your work. And don't even get me started on self-insert characters. But also, as a reviewer and critic and a video essayer, I don't care what people feel about my opinion. I don't care if I upset people. I don't like it, fine, but you don't have to be butthurt about someone not liking the same stuff as you. It's not that difficult, is it? My most hated video, in which I trash the glorified fanfiction crew that is the Morgan Rice reviewer, writer, fake person. The comments on this have been such a fantastic little nosedive into just the desperation of people and how pathetic and low some people will go. And this girl is prime example. Okay, dude, if you can't say something nice, then don't say anything at all. There are some people who like her work and some who don't, so stop making it all about your opinion and making bad comments on people. Go shut your worthless pie hole and find some other things in your household to whine about. Oh, honey. Don't try and out-bitch me, because I am a bitch. But also, isn't that the point of YouTube? To criticize, to think, and just because I don't like something, and I want to put this out there. If you want to laugh, go over to my Morgan Rice video. Morgan Rice is a terrible writer video, and be ready to just laugh your head off. I always love getting comments from the lovely Iggy. This was on my 5 years in booktube video. And I burst out laughing when I read this. Book community, boo, Will. Let me be your villain. Thank you. So this comment was on a video I made that was kind of a reply to some book drama where someone, I can't think of her name, was triggered by how someone uses a paperback book, and my god, this comment just hit the whole thing on the head. And basically the real value of books, it was just, yeah. But here we go. This is such a performative attempt at being woke. Like, people out of touch with reality lowering the value of a luxury item. Sis, it's a book. It's a mass-produced item, not a Gucci bag, and that you could not resell for a bigger price. Even if you try to resell brand new books, you will still have to go for low prices than store-bought. It doesn't matter if the spine is a bit cracked or the covers are ruined, the price tag will still be around the same amount. If you want to fight classism, do it where it matters, not by coming for low-value products and what people do with their own things. This is so true. Like, it was obviously a performative attempt to get some clout and clout chase, and then she played the victim card. It was tragic and funny, and, I don't like both people involved in this. One of them is equally as performative and annoying, but the other one, just to do it so bluntly, was hilarious.